Okay, I'm back for another one, or I don't know how this is all going in the video. Anyway, at this point in the video, you probably know I've decided to let the Acadian go because somebody else is going to finish it. And I ended up working a deal, so I got to get this thing ready to go in the next 6 hours. And we got a few things that aren't quite done yet. I don't think I can get it all done before I go. Like we have no fuel line. That should probably be hooked up to something. We have no, clearly we have no brakes. We gotta do something with that. And I can turn the key and she'll run and start and drive and all that good stuff, but I guess we should probably get in the trunk and find out what's going on there. Those are the turn signals. I think I'm gonna have to send those to them loose. I don't know. Let's just get after it, I guess. We'll see where we end up. Faith's going to come out here and give me a hand. Maybe I will. I don't know what. Let's just get after it. First things first. Just make a decision on what to do about these brakes. I think I have to pull that fender back and either take that brake line out, which is what I think I'll do, or maybe I'll move that brake line up and try and hook it up. Is that a good idea? I don't know. Let's find out. 1 second. Okay, so these are my front brake lines here. I got these hooked up to the front calipers. I got it hooked up to the proportioning valve here. And I think what I'm going to do, the rear is not hooked up to anything yet. Time is not on my side. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get brakes to the front brakes. So at least when we drive this thing on the trailer, we can stop it and all that good stuff. So we'll give that a go. Can I see the camera?
Sure.
So we got Faith out in the garage today?
Yes.
Say hello.
Hello.
Okay, so what I did was I ran the old brake line, or sorry, the old fuel line up through here just so we can actually run this thing. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Evil Energy had actually given me a new fuel pump and some fittings and some lines and so on and so forth. But we never got there. We still have the Evil Energy stuff. We'll use it on another vehicle, but for this one, we're just going to hook up the old stuff temporarily. And then down here, I just hooked up the old fuel pump, which was already there, and the old fuel lines. All this stuff was pre-existing. Which, I mean, honestly, it kind of looked temporary anyway. And now it's back to being temporary again. We'll definitely let the new owner, BJ, know about it. But he's got big plans for this thing anyway. I'm not too worried about him missing something like that. Or something like this. Also, those brake lines that were laying down here before, we just got them zip tied up. In case you're wondering, like, why is it being done like this? Why not just do it properly? That's a good question. But the reality is I got like 4 or 5 hours to do all of this, get this thing running, driving on a trailer, and then get it ready so I can go tomorrow morning for like a 12-hour return trip. That doesn't include unloading, loading, you know, kicking tires, bullshit, and all the rest of it. So I'm on a bit of a time constraint. So for a lot of it, I just need to get it buttoned up. The brakes, the deal was I was just going to leave them, but I would prefer to have some brakes. I'd feel safer about unloading this thing once I get there. At any rate, I think we're going to pull these tires and drain, or sorry, not drain, but bleed the brakes. All right, you ready for that? You know how to do that, don't you?
I know how to do that.
All right, let's get going. Okay, well, we got the front brakes bled. We're on a bit of a time crunch. Really not spending as much time with this as I normally would. I'd like to go through a lot of this stuff a little more thorough, but we just need to get it on trailer. I'll show you what we did up front here. So I just temporarily hooked up this proportioning valve, front brake lines to the front pot. That's it. That's all we got done. The rear is not hooked up because the rear brake line is not hooked up to anything. Would just make a mess. And then over on this side, I'm gonna grab that right there.
Oh, okay.
I guess over on this side, same thing. Just bled this brake. I think it's all gonna be okay. Good enough to get on the trailer anyway, and then the new owner can kind of fiddle with the entire brake system. Once you get it all on, you'll want to bleed the whole system and whatnot. Maybe I'll take this front control arm off, unless I can. Yeah, let's see here. Will that just swing up into place? Maybe I'll have to take it off to get it into place. I'll give that back to you. We got some not so good stuff here. Maybe I'll put a zip tie on that guy. Hold that fuel line. Again, we're not driving anywhere except onto a trailer. I just want to keep the fuel line away from the headers. So yeah, maybe I'll do that next. I don't know if you guys ever seen this fully completed. That's my little, I took a grill off a 73 Chevy half ton and just made this little car, Hot Wheels kind of thing. Anyway, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's time to go get a truck. I got my navigator with me.
Let's go.
Alright, we're going. It's chilly outside. Truck's running. You hear that squeak? Up here in Canada, that's when you know it's cold. Same thing if you hear the snow squeak under your feet. That's a pretty good sign. She's chilly. I don't know how cold it is. We'll find out when we get in the truck, I guess. I ain't going anywhere. Okay. I'll make sure nobody did. Okay. I don't know if you know how much GoPros love the cold. When we came outside, it was 28 below. The truck's been running for half an hour now. She's calling it 26. I don't know if it warmed up at all. We're at Tim's, just grabbing some coffee. We're gonna hit the road. This truck is not happy about pulling this car in the cold at all. We're gonna take this truck and we're gonna drive about 5.5 hours and see if we can't trade it for a pretty nice truck, actually. In fact, I might be on the right side of this trade for once. I normally am not. So we'll see what happens. But we loaded this thing up yesterday. It sat out all night in the 30 below. Not great. We're going to drive it on the highway for over 5 hours in the 30 below. That's not going to help. And then we got to get there and hopefully it drives into his garage. Wish me luck, okay? That's all I can say. She should be coming back here any minute with the coffee. It's a nice thing about when they don't drive. Well, I shouldn't say that. She does drive. She might even drive on this trip. We'll see. But she ain't taking the first leg, I can tell you that for free. Anyway, we're gonna grab some coffee and get this trip going. There she comes. What a trooper. Well, we were hoping it was going to warm up as we went, but I don't know if you can see that. It's actually getting colder. It's minus 31. And Faith just checked the temperature in Saskatoon, and that's minus 32.
With the wind chill of minus 39.
Minus 39 with the wind chill. That's nice. Great day to be unloading and loading trucks and cars. Perfect. What can go wrong? Well, we're now in Saskatchewan. The temperature minus 32 outside. It's not getting much better. It was minus 34 for a little while. So I guess we're on the right side of it. But the sun's out. We're still another couple hours away from BJ's place where we're gonna do the exchange. So I don't know, so far roads have been good, temperatures are cold, truck is thirsty, but hey, that's what's gonna happen when you're towing. Any words of wisdom there, wife?
Nope, just keep the coffee coming.
Keep the coffee coming. All right, so we fueled up in Lloydminster, topped up the truck and topped up the coffee. We're on our way. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick little walk around, just because we're still just outside Saskatoon. The truck's still clean, and when I get it home, it's going to be dark, and it's going to be inside the garage and what have you. Let me just do a quick little how do you do. You can see at first glance, this chrome looks like it's in great shape. Closer inspection, got some light scratches and stuff down there, but you know, it's a 55-year-old truck, I guess, or 60-year-old truck. But the bodywork, it's pretty good for the most part. There is some stuff where it kind of shows a little bit of amateur. Overall, looks pretty damn good. Underneath has been rock guarded. I'm pretty sure these fenders were replaced with new, although I don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure we got some filler down there. I don't know how much. Box looks good. These GMC Customs, I think they call them custom cab, or they got chrome trim around the windshield. They got chrome trim around the side. They got this nice little badge here. We'll go on the inside after. The box, it's a short box in case you didn't pick up on that. This is what I'm talking about when I say amateur body work. Like that should have been caught before it was painted, in my opinion anyway. It's a big back window cab. I don't know if everybody caught that or not. On the back of the cab there, I don't know if you can see that. Looks like they could have spent a little more time on the bodywork there. She's a little rough. She wasn't quite ready for paint, in my opinion. I got a good tailgate. All looks good there. Rear bumper looks good. This side again looks good. But these, I don't know what those are, 5-star like prime wheels. Remember those in the 90s? Got some sort of a touch up there. We got a little run in the clear. Overall looks pretty good. Maybe we'll wait again here with the body work. You can see what I'm talking about. It's not perfect, but maybe some hobbyist did it. Looks like we got a little bit of bubbling going on under the paint here. It's probably not great. But overall looks pretty good. Let's leave this for now. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a walk around while we're still clean and fresh and daylight and all that good stuff. All right, so we're gonna hop back in the truck now and we'll get going. And hopefully this thing's still clean when we get home. We'll see. Looks pretty decent though. All right, guys, here we go. Okay, we made it home.
We did.
Faith drove the last leg, which was good. Unfortunately, there's no video of it coming off the trailer because it took both of us to get off the trailer because it wouldn't start. Okay, it's cold. It was a long drive in the cold, I guess. I don't know. We managed to get it in the garage, pushing, pulling, beg a neighbor, pull out a winch. We got her in the garage. We went and dropped off the trailer, came back, and she fired up, which is good. Then we got it turned around. So how good is this thing? Well, she looks, I know it looks pretty damn good, doesn't it? And it is pretty damn good. Okay, so we got this back last night. Had a chance to really get a good look at it today, and were we catfished? Nah, not really. Let's take a look. Were you catfished?
Nope, not at all.
Well, I don't know about not at all, but listen, it's not a terrible truck, but before we get started on this video, I just want to say that the previous owner, the guy I got it from, he ain't the guy that did the work. The guy I got it from, you could say he got a little catfish maybe. He was surprised at what he got. He was very upfront and honest with me before I came out. He said the truck was like a 6 out of 10 in his opinion for the paint and body. And he said mechanically it's fine, but the paint and body was pretty bad. He's a little more fussy than I am, so take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, I have no ill feelings towards him. He was pretty upfront and straightforward with me. I'm going off the pictures I'm seeing and I'm thinking, wow, that is a beautiful truck. What are you talking about? The paint's 6 or 7 out of 10 or whatever it was. You should see some of the stuff I own. All right, now let's get into it. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm going to take a look at it a little more closely. I've already had a pretty good look at it, to be honest. The wife had a good look at it.
Yes, I have.
And let's take a look. Did the brochure, did the destination match the brochure? Some parts. Are there some surprises? There are. Let's take a good look at them. We'll go over them together. No secrets. Then we'll make a plan for what we're going to do about it, if anything. There's a lot of what I would call amateur bodywork. I don't know if you can see this back here, but in my opinion, I'm going to try and... It's kind of hard to pick up on the camera, but it's almost like, they weren't done block sanding. Like, at all. In this strip underneath the back window, all the way across there, the sanding is still rough underneath the new paint, and it's base clear. There's other spots, you know, like down here. Like, I don't know why you'd leave it like that. I've been through it with a magnet. Everything seems to hold. You know, down here, for example, there's, you know, it's all here, but it's kind of schmoozed up, right? Same here. Like, it's got new rockers in it. It's got new rockers. You can see that there. The bodywork's just a little amateurish. But those doors sure do close nice, though. Just like, there's no drop or anything. See that? Anyway. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. So on this side, the body line seems to add up pretty good. Looks pretty good there. On the hood, it looks like somebody tried to wet sand it, but it hasn't been painted yet. Over everywhere else, except for the hood, I think the hood's the only part that's been wet sanded so far. We have all this little dust in the paint. So I don't know if this was like painted in somebody's garage. That's what I would expect, because that's what it kind of feels like. And same as the quality of some of the body work here, kind of has a tendency to kind of look like, you know, amateur home hobbyist kind of thing. In the pictures, it looked really good. But the closer you look, the more you see just little things. Now, don't get me wrong, they are little things, but they add up. Let me take you around on this side. I don't know if the camera will pick up those. It does there. Some runs in the clear coat off the antenna hole. You still see some scratch, some sanding marks in there. Here we got more dust in the paint. Down here we got a little bit of bubbling going on under the paint. I don't know why. You see this body line's quite gapped, and I think the reason is this fender is supposed to come back a bit, then that would bring this back a bit. We could close that gap and probably move this hood back a little bit as well, because it's gapped more here than there. Again, these aren't like deal breakers by any stretch of the imagination, but they add up, if that makes sense. It all does add up. So over here it's just needs a little touch up, I guess. All of the polish work, the stainless here, is all pretty scuffed. It seems strange to me that whoever did this restoration wouldn't take the time to buff that out. Get back over here, I can see some body work. You can see like run. I'm looking at this panel here, and up there it's kind of banged around a bit. You know, down here again, it's like, I don't know, is there any reason for that? Inside this here, where it's supposed to be gapped, it's just kind of schmoozed in there. Now, don't get me wrong, I realize we're not at Pebble Beach, we're not at Barrett Jackson, it's not a SEMA truck. I'll continue. In the back here, somebody's taken the wood box out and put in a square body steel floor. Kind of a neat idea. If you're going to use it as a truck, it makes sense. Hey, why not? They also put in a tank in the back, and for some reason they did that. All that needs to be finished. And that's my next thing, is like this. Maybe this truck just isn't finished yet. I'm not too sure. If you look down there, you can see he's got some angle iron welded on. It's not quite finished out. The work along here is kind of, again, it seems like it's not finished, if that makes sense. Same as down there. Up here, Looks like it's cut a little crooked. I got more of a gap on this side than that side. And again, it could just need to be finished up. For a guy like me, it doesn't bother me that much because I would actually use this as an old truck. Just bomb around town, go to the odd small car show, that kind of thing, and enjoy it, and beat on it, and drive it to Home Depot and park with everyone else. And I wouldn't have to worry about it. But it all adds up. To the point where, some of my friends are like, I'm not so sure you got a good deal on this. And I don't know if you remember the Acadian. I traded the Acadian for this. The Acadian didn't have any bodywork done on it. So I don't know, while this bodywork and paint's not fantastic, it's still done. Under here, let me grab a light. So under here, so this never got painted. So it's got some primer overspray on it, and the underneath of this lip of the hood, it looks like it got missed as well. It didn't get done as good as this. There's paint there, but it's pretty thin. Under here, we got some runs in here and that. That doesn't bother me so much. Not so much. Some of this other stuff does, though. The frame looks in great shape. It's a factory uncut short box frame, by the way, but it's unfinished. I don't understand that. Somebody's also put in a square body cross member, and it still has like rust showing down there. It's like, why wouldn't you take the time to clean that, and just, even if you cleaned it and spray bombed it, would be better than leaving it like that. Those spark plugs got some age on them now, don't they? A simple thing like that. This thing actually runs pretty good. Why don't I give it a fresh tune-up? Headers are okay. Across the clutch Z-bar there, looks like it needed some modification. It seems to work fine though. No problem there. It's got a new heater core and a new blower motor, so that's nice. This side, same thing with the fan. A little bit of overspray on the paint. Hit the fuel pump and fuel line hose there. Not a great look, but again, not a deal breaker. It's just, once again, these little things starting to add up. Look at that firewall back there. It's like, I don't understand why a guy couldn't just, even just take some plastic and, tape off the engine and finish painting the black. And same as up behind the distributor. Like, why not just pull that distributor cap off and finish painting? It's like you're so close. But it's almost like at a certain point, this restoration or fixing up this old truck kind of got rushed at the end. Under here, you can see it's got coilovers up front. It actually has coilovers out back as well. In my opinion, the front sits too high. I feel like these trucks look better when they're dropped a little bit up front. What do you think?
I agree. About 3 inches.
About 3 inches. Yeah, she loves 3 inches. I think I like a 3-inch drop too.
Yes.
Okay. Up front here, we got that chrome grille. Looks fantastic. Chrome bumper looks good too. You could get these and painted or chromed or whatever. It's a custom, so we got the chrome here. We got the chrome here. We got the custom badge up here. Inside, somebody's dropped a Pontiac steering wheel in there. One of the downsides when you change the steering wheels over on these trucks, if you don't use the kit, you don't have canceling turn signals anymore. Lights work, wipers work, lighter works. The key actually works in both doors as well. It's got a locking passenger door, which is kind of neat. Don't see that every day. It's got a Saginaw 4-speed, which is kind of neat. This is, again, just something I don't understand. So the interior, for the most part, is done very nice. It's got good paint up on top, good over the windshield. Dash looks great painted like that. Door looks great painted. You know, same as behind the seat, looks fantastic. Everything looks good there. This side here looks good. I don't know why they didn't replace this. It's not an expensive item. I would have. Same as the rubber on the pedals. I would have fixed that up. Over here for the radio delete. This is cut here and just rolled in. Why somebody wouldn't pick that up before they painted it, beyond me. But we can fix that up. The dash here. So here we got an aftermarket oil sending gauge. We have water temp. We have fuel. We have a speedometer. It looks to me like it's out of a second-gen Camaro. And then we got a tack over here. It's funny, when I first got it, it was set at 6,500 RPM. I don't think I'd be doing that in an old 327. I'm not even sure it's really a 327, but I'm told it's a 327. We got 4 holes in the dash here. I don't know what they're for. I don't think they're factory. What else do we got here? I do got new knobs for the heat. That's cool. It looks like he's got carpet in here for a high hump, but it's actually a low hump floor, as this was a factory 3 in the tree, 3-speed car. It's now a 4-speed. Seats okay. Got a nice little rip over there, thanks to my wife.
Sorry. I'm
What?
sorry.
I'm just kidding. Not too hard on her. It was like 30 below the other day, and the seat was like a sheet of ice, and it just cracked when she leaned over to grab the camera. So the interior, pretty good. I'm going to change that. I'm going to set that back to factory. Make it look just like a factory dash cluster. Put in a factory speedometer. Change out those ends. It just needs to go back to factory look for me. As far as the rest of it, I would like to go ahead and correct all this paint that I can. Some of it's beyond my ability, and that's okay too. Some of it will just have to stay. I don't know if I'm going to tackle this, not because I'm not sure I can block sand that out. I'm sure I can. I'm just not sure I can match the paint to get it to look good again, and I'm a little concerned about that. I'm a little concerned about making it look worse than it does now by trying to make it look better. That there I can fix. That's not a big deal. I took a look, and it looks like I can just get rid of that top piece, get a different adapter, clean this up. We can make that work. I'm okay with that. This front part here, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm okay with it. The bubbles down there, I'll probably fix that up. This hood, I don't know if you can see all these little nibs and stuff in there. Somebody went and sanded it out, but they didn't go back and polish it. So I'm going to go back and see if I can polish that out. Looks like we got some poor sanding in here. I mean, overall, the body's in great condition. The finish work is not great. Not on all of it anyway, that's for sure. I'd fire it up for you, but it's pretty cold here in Edmonton, and the garage is, pretty small, so we wouldn't be able to stay in here for long, so I don't think I'll bother. It does run just fine and dandy. Active Alberta status, if that matters to anybody. Perfect glass, all that kind of stuff. I think I'll probably hold on to it for now. kind of fix it up over the coming months, and maybe I'll post it up for sale after I'm done with it this summer, maybe. You know, somebody wanted to make me a solid offer on it. I might sell it now, but I think I'm better off kind of fixing it up a little bit, making it worth a little bit more, and at the same time, I think we'd really enjoy this, wouldn't we?
I think so too.
Yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna do. Anyway, that's what I got. So I traded my 1970 Acadian. If you're not familiar with that car, I'll post a picture of it right here somewhere. I got a bunch of videos on it if you want to go check it out. But I had that little Acadian 354 speed and traded it straight across for this guy and some parts I had, and I even got a couple bucks out of them. So I think I'm doing okay. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. It's not perfect. She ain't pretty, she just looks that way. But you know what? I think overall, I'm pretty happy with her. Wife, you got the last word.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you like the truck?
I do like the truck.
Yeah, did you have fun going to get it?
Yes, it was a long day, but we did it.
Yeah, we spent, 16 hours from the time we left the house to the time we got back to the house after dropping off and picking up and taking the trailer back and all that good stuff. It was a long day, and it was a cold one. At the coldest point, I think it was minus 39 degrees Celsius.
It was.
It's cold. At 40 below, it's 40 below Celsius, Fahrenheit, doesn't matter. Not a great day to be buying and selling old classic cars and trucks, but we got her done. All right, that's going to do it for this one. Check back the next one, and I'll, I'm sure it's going to be videos on this guy. All right, thanks, guys.
Have a good day.